activated mine and charged toward him. We exchanged quick blows until we found ourselves locked together, our blades crossed and our noses nearly touching over them.
Is this peace, Jedi?
Ask me again when you're dead.
This is what you offer to the galaxy, Kai Taralan. This is your peace. The elements seeking violence are not pacified. They are not ever truly vanquished. They are not shown the error of their ways. They are held at bay by fear of the might of the Jedi, just as the Jedi are wary of their evil ways. Two sides, ready to vanquish the other, but held together in a balance of mutual deterrence. You cannot hunt them all down without society clamoring for your heads as you tear through world after world, weeding out all those who do not fit your ideals. They cannot continue their overt preying on the weak or the innocent without your sabers coming down on their heads. Two sides locked in an uneasy cold war, not in peace, in deterrence through fear. Fear, Jedi. That which you associate with the dark side. Are we truly so different?
You serve only yourself. We serve justice. I forced him away, delivering 2 more blows that sent his lightsaber sailing away into the darkness. I twirled my saber and delivered 2 fierce vertical slashes to his body, intending on killing him, or at least severing our connection to whatever this dreamscape was. But instead, I saw him blur and shift in focus, becoming 3 images of the man instead of 1, as if I'd had too much Corellian ale. But my eyes were not deceiving me. The man had split with my slashes, becoming 3 separate Quins, who began to circle around me.
What is justice, Jedi? A despot rules with an iron fist. When he is taken down by an uprising, is this justice? And when this uprising is put down by a military force for murdering their former ruler, is that justice? And when the son of a rebel killed for participating in the revolt kills the commander of the military force who killed his father, what of that? And when the son of the commander strikes down the man who killed his father, and when the family of the latest victim sends bounty hunters after the commander's son, and when a Jedi stops the bounty hunter from filling his contract and taking a life, is that justice? We are all wrong, Jedi. We are all seeking our own kind of justice. You and your Jedi are, as am I.
What possible justice could you seek?
Do you know why I'm called Quinn?
Because you assume the name Quintus.
And what of that name?
Perhaps your old one didn't suit you anymore, Zarek.
I took it in honor of the 5 of us who originally came here.
Who killed the High Council and took over their planet. As the first Quinn raised an eyebrow at my comment, the second punched me in the stomach, doubling me over, allowing the third to kick me in the head. As my vision swayed, I fell to my knees, but the first of them used the Force to lift me off the ground, holding me a hand's length above the floor.
As hard as it may be for you to believe, Jedi, we saved this world.
Somehow I doubt that.
The Council was corrupt. We came here at the behest of the High Counselor so that we might kill the people's heroes. And what we found was a world where people asked us to liberate them. We, the persecuted, we, the evil ones, who had fallen from your grace, Jedi. We were asked to liberate the people. The Council was ruling them as a labor force and controlling them as one would droids in a factory, nothing more. We saw our opportunity to make a home where we could be free from your kind, to live our own way, and to live among a people who were happy to have us in their midst.
All you had to do was what? Kill the Council, kill their Jedi advisor, and then take the reins of power, and the people would just welcome you with open arms? Sorry, Quinn, I'm not buying. He released me then, allowing me to drop to the floor. Surprisingly, instead of attacking, the one who had held me stepped away from me toward the darkness.
Believe what you will. Nevertheless, it is the truth. Is it truly so hard to believe that we would simply want to make a home for ourselves?
And give up a life of maiming, murder, destruction, and wanton cruelty? Where's the fun in that for a dark Jedi?
Why do you think the Dark Jedi, why do you think the Sith Lords in centuries past fought as hard as they did against the Jedi?
The dark side drives your kind to evil. You were attempting to...
Your kind was attempting the genocide of my kind. You light-siders, so caught up in your own grandiose notions of purity, did you ever stop to think why the great schism that formed the First Sith Order became the conflict that it was? or why almost 2,000 years ago another Sith order emerged from a single Dark Jedi's beliefs. It was because they were different. Those who followed the so-called light could not allow one of their own to speak in defiance of their traditions, their ways. The conflict between light and dark side was never about good versus evil, never about a light side and a dark side. There is no light or dark side. There is only the Force. What there was, what there is a difference in ideology, and while at first my kind was content to seek their own path, it was your kind that deemed that our chosen path was wrong, and sought to keep us from spreading our tainted message. This war, this entire eternal struggle between you and us, it was all started by your kind, not mine. How utterly poetic in its tragedy.
You killed a Jedi who was doing his duty.
And then several of yours killed 4 of us barely months later, and I killed them in return. The wheel turns, does it not?
You call that justice?
Yes.
I call it simple, petty vengeance.
They are one and the same.
You're out of your...
Kai?
I spun around to see Dira standing there. No, not Dira. A phantasm meant to look like Dira. Dira was on Coruscant. My logical mind knew that. My instincts knew that. But for some reason, my perceptions couldn't agree. Dira? How did you... I held out my hand to her, but she just walked right past me. Right to the first Quinn, putting her hand on his shoulder. I wasn't sure what it meant, but I wasn't going to allow him to seduce her to his ways. I made ready to lunge at him, but the other 2 grabbed me from either side, holding me stationary.
Dira, is it? Your lovely Padawan learner.
Yes. He stroked her cheek with his hand, and I wanted to tear each finger from it. He kissed her hand, and I wanted to rip the lips from his smirking face. But no matter how much I struggled, I couldn't get free.
But she is something more than that to you, isn't she? My. A Jedi Knight in love with his Padawan. What would Yoda say? Hit on Padawan, you will not. Bad juju that brings, yes. Even we don't try to stifle our most basic of instincts.
I couldn't move, so I just glared at him as if I could destroy him by sheer force of will. He took her head in his hands, kissing her forehead. What I wouldn't have given to snap those hands off of the wrists. He must have sensed my distress. His smirk became a snarl as he twisted her head in his grip, snapping the Phantom Dira's neck as if she was nothing. No!
Does it hurt, Jedi?
I'm going to kill you.
And would that be justice?
Yes.
Or would it be vengeance?
It would be both.
Then perhaps you begin to understand how I felt when the Wookiee Jedi they sent here after us killed my wife. She was my apprentice. She was my love. And she was killed for your kind's justice. Just like the others. Yes, Jedi. I know a thing or two about seeking justice.
As the speaker stepped back, I saw the other 2 vanish at my sides, leaving me free. On the face of the other man, I saw a tear rolling down a pale cheek. He raised his hand as if casting magic, and in no more than an instant, we were back in the real world.